ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. When we witness a lot of these major posts, right? These are videos coming from significant leaders around the world. I saw this video get posted on my timeline yet again, and this is an older video from going all the way back to 2022, and it was the World Government Summit of 2022. During this summit, they are talking about very significant things. They're talking about a significant plan. Now, the original video got posted by Wide Awake Media, and even in this post, they're talking about this new world order, a global leader for tomorrow. And they're even announcing the arrival of CBDCs. It means having an almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us a far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. Now, High Vibe Assets is reposting this, and he's talking about XRP here. Now, for all those individuals out there that are going to sit there and cry about how XRP is at 50 cents, I want you all to understand that we are seeing a major change happening to our financial system. This doesn't happen quickly. It doesn't happen overnight. Go back to some of the most significant changes in history. Let me ask you this. How long did it take for them to fully go live and implement them? It doesn't happen overnight. But listen closely to what they are saying in this video.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well.
Now, let me ask you all this. At this current moment in time, as we are sitting here and we're looking at the price of, oh, look at Bitcoin, look at XRP, look at this. There's a much bigger picture here to look at. Did you catch what she said? We are abandoning the old system and welcoming in the new system. So everyone is valuing XRP and all these projects in the space to the US dollar. And I get it, right? The US dollar is not going to disappear overnight or anything like that. But what are they doing with the US dollar? What are they doing with fiat currency right now? I saw this video of Ray Dalio get posted by a Bitcoin maxi. Obviously, they're saying, you want more Bitcoin? I could care less about Bitcoin. We have Ray Dalio explains what happens when a fiat currency is going to collapse. Number one, debt holders are selling. We are seeing this. Two, central bank prints money to buy debt. We have been seeing this. And number three, currency devaluation. We have witnessed this already happen outside of the US in the last 3 years alone. This is all happening now in the US. And by the way, they are already devaluing the US dollar. The US dollar has lost a very large, significant amount of value since the inception of the Federal Reserve, for an example. And they want you to lose 2% on your money. That's their goal, by the way. They want to get down to 2% on inflation. Means, guess what? You lose 2% per year on your money. So as we really look at what's going on here, let me ask you this. Are you in a rush to sell your crypto for fiat currency? I just want to know what you guys think about that. But listen closely to Ray Dalio here.
Indicators of when a fiat currency is going to decline into collapse is when those who are holding its debt sell the debt, and the government, central bank, has to print money to buy that debt in large size while that's going down. Those are the most important indicators. So that you can see it, again, I want to repeat, selling the debt so that there's a big supply-demand imbalance, and the central bank having to come in there and buy the debt that no one else will buy in large quantity, so that then there's a currency devaluation. You have those three things aligned, the currency devaluation going down at the same time as those other two things are happening. And that's been a classic. It's like a bank run. They come to the bank, there's not enough money in the bank, and so they have to make up the difference by the printing of money.
And this is exactly what has been happening, right? And the question is, how sustainable is all of this? And what does this have to do with CBDCs and this new world order, if you will, that's been in progress for a while? Well, they need to abandon the old so that they could usher in the new. And the way that they abandon it is by destroying it. They are going to wipe out a large majority of individuals as well along the way. They want to do that. They plan on doing that. The best way that they introduce something like a CBDC, because a lot of people are not going to, sit there and say, hey, I want a CBDC. Give me a CBDC. They're going to incentivize it. Wipe people out, then incentivize them with the CBDC. That's how they have been planning this new system for a while. But it's also the fact that when we look at what's going on around our current financial system, specifically in the US, which does affect everyone else outside of the US, which is why we are starting to see a major pushback against the US dollar, US national debt is at $34.1 trillion and growing at the rate of almost $3 trillion per year, way above government estimates. Interest on the debt is now over $1 trillion per year. It should be $1.3 trillion per year within 12 to 18 months. By 2030, it could be $3 trillion per year. The numbers are getting crazy stupid. Here we actually have from EJ Atoni. Has no one else noticed this? From Q4 GDP report, annualized interest on the federal debt now exceeds $1 trillion and is projected to breach $3 trillion annualized rate by Q4 of 2030. Insane and unsustainable. And what do you honestly think happens between now and then? Because remember, they want to actually print upwards to the $50 trillion target by 2030. That's their target. They want to have $50 trillion worth of debt by 2030. Think about how crazy that is. This is why I say, and I constantly am talking about it, when we talk about crypto, when we talk about specific things in the space and major change happening, you don't have to take my word for it. You don't even have to believe me. Just go do a little bit of research. Listen to what the adults at the table are telling you. And when I say that, I mean the elites that are sitting there and pulling the strings. They already told you their plan. Over here, AI plus CBDC is going to be our future. Check this out.
Countries exploring the use of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, can now access a virtual guide by the International Monetary Fund. The guide will cover areas like interoperability, financial inclusion, and how to onboard businesses.
We took the pulse, how many countries are engaging with CBDCs. Over 110 of our members are at some stage of engagement, some quite advanced, some still at the point of exploration.
The guide was launched at an anniversary event of IMF's Regional Training Center. The center provides government officials with training on economic and financial issues. Singapore's central bank chief, Ravi Menon, also spoke at the event. There, he outlined risks in today's world and how the center plays a key role in helping member countries with capacity development.
Geoeconomic fragmentation, climate change and nature loss, and technological disruption, especially with the advent of artificial intelligence. These are multifaceted issues that require mobilizing and harnessing cross-disciplinary knowledge and expertise. It's no longer purely in the realm of economics.
And again, as we really look at this, everyone has been saying that a CBDC is not going to happen because they think that Trump is going to stop this. Let me tell you guys this. Trump, Biden, all of these people are all the same. They're telling you what you want to hear. They always do it. They give you loose promises. And guess what? They could care less about what you or me want. No one that's a Republican, Democrat, or any politician is a friend of ours. I've talked about this. It's ridiculous. And also, at the same exact time that we are starting to see discussions around how, oh, he's going to stop at CBDC, a CBDC is never going to be a thing because Trump said it. Well, guess what? The Fed is falling behind as other central banks leap ahead on digital currencies. Do you honestly think that the US is going to sit still and say, hey, China, we see that you launched your central bank digital currency and we, see everyone else is doing theirs as well, even the UK, the ECB, the Bank of Japan, India. Do you honestly think that they're going to sit here and say, well, we don't need a CBDC? No, they're going to have no choice. All of these other nations are forcing the hand. So at the end of the day, as we really look at what the Federal Reserve is going to be doing and what the US is going to be doing, they have to launch a CBDC. And again, I focus on a lot of these big players, like for an example, even the BIS, right? This is the central bank of central banks. January 23rd, they announced CBDC tokenization projects for 2024. 6 new projects, by the way. XRP Drops posted it. This is all 6 of the upcoming projects. And look at the wording on all of these. Number 1, Project Leap, Eurosystem Center. Threats from quantum computing. We just talked about it. The QFS system, quantum financial system. Also, we have with the Hong Kong Center, Project Symbiosis, AI and big data to improve transparency in supply chain disclosures. Project Aurum, Hong Kong Center, privacy aspects of retail CBDC transactions. Project NGFS, Data Directory 2.0 Singapore Center, greening the financial system. Project Premisa, I hope that I'm saying that name correctly. This is tokenization of promissory notes. Project Hertha, London Center, network analytics to detect financial crime patterns. Do you see what's happening here? Look at the names tapped in here. We have the UK, we have Hong Kong, we even have the Euro system, we have the World Bank Group, the Swiss National Bank. Think about how much bigger this is than the US. They are forcing the hand. And just like every other major conversation that I've had around tokenization and digital assets, you are either first here or you're last and you get left behind. The US at this current moment in time has been falling behind greatly in innovation. They're going to have to launch a CBDC. And it's not because I want it. No, I don't like CBDCs. I've talked about it in the past. But their plan of action is to force the CBDC card onto us. And they're already starting to do this. They're self-destructing the current financial system. They're going to wipe out a majority of individuals out there that are not actually doing the research, not looking into things that matter. A lot of people are distracted. They're watching the football game, right? Oh, keeping up with the Kardashians, keep up with all the celebrities. Hey, keep scrolling on TikTok and YouTube Reels. At the same exact time that they should actually be looking into the digital revolution and what the elites have been planning for well over a decade now. Because everything is aligning perfectly. And you could say that I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, but look at what the elites are actually telling you. Look at what's going on in the world right now. Go look at how the fractional reserve banking system is doing. Because they have falsified information regarding the banks. They've falsified information on the reserve backing behind banks. They even falsified CPI data. It's all one big Ponzi scheme. The fiat system is broken, and it's engineered against everyone besides the top 0.1%. So when we really look at what's going on here, they are self-destructing the current financial system so that they can usher in this new system, and every single central bank is already on par with it. And I don't care what Trump says, I don't care what Biden says, I don't care what any of these politicians say, because you can't trust a single thing that they say. They are not stopping a CBDC. And the reason why I say that is because every single nation is already far ahead in the game of CBDCs for us to turn back. The IMF even said it. We already are starting to see the initiatives around the world. The BRICS are expanding rapidly. The BRICS are moving heavily on the oil and energy markets. At this current moment in time, the US has to innovate or they will soon lose traction. And the reserve currency, as we know it, is at stake. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.